Northern Michigan came out. They played very well. They played with a lot of emotion, and they played very hard. I thought our kids did a very nice job of answering that emotion after the initial quarter, and we played a very solid football game and played well in all aspects of the game, special teams, offense, and defense. I give credit to Coach Thomas, our special teams coordinator, on taking a look at film and doing some studies and figuring out where it is that we can attack some teams from a standpoint of blocks, whether it's block punts or block field goals or whatever it is. But those have been huge, and our kids have gone out and executed those plans. And a big part of that is due to, again, Jake delivering the football in an area where it is catchable, but our receivers making some tremendous catches as well. Kevin Kirkland, Jake Wenslick, those two guys made some awfully nice catches, and Ben Hartley at the end of the game made two really good ones on the last touchdown and then the 2-point conversion. And so I thought our receivers stepped up, as well as Jake putting the ball where they could catch it. Right. Initially in that game, I don't think we were as sharp as we needed to be from a standpoint of our eyes and our vision, and so we got ourselves out of sorts early on in the game. But then after that, I thought we really settled down. We played solid defense. We made some big plays when we needed to, and part of it, of course, rushing the passer. That comes from setting the table from a standpoint of forcing the other team to have to throw the ball. And once they had to throw it, then we were able to turn some guys loose, and Kamenberg came up with a couple of really big sacks. Clearly, the play right before half was a huge play. The long pass to Wenslick, it was a well-delivered ball and a very nice catch by him. And then the yards after the catch, getting into the end zone, and we took a game where we were down by 8, potentially going in at halftime to being down by 1. And I think that was a big momentum play. But then, after we took the lead, answering back after they scored and regained it, we answered back with a touchdown drive of our own, and that culminated, of course, with Ben Hartley's catch, and also Ben Hartley's catch on the 2-point conversion and well-delivered balls by Jake Brown. No, you're exactly right. They're solid defensively. Traditionally, they've played very well at home. It will be their homecoming. They will be ready to play. Offensively, what they have are some big play weapons. They're an option type of football team that will take their shots deep, and they have some guys that are big play guys. So our challenge, of course, is making sure that we minimize big plays and then being sound from a standpoint of option football. And offensively, we have to figure out how it is that we can go ahead and run the football to force them to get into some scenarios where they may be uncomfortable, and taking advantage of those scenarios from a standpoint of our offense creating some plays. It takes a special week of preparation. You have to obviously spend time talking about responsibilities, but the biggest thing is the reads that your players make. The reads that they make have to mesh with the blocking schemes that your opponents are giving you, because on every play, somebody has to tackle dive, somebody has to tackle the quarterback, somebody has to tackle the pitch. But based upon blocking schemes, those can change, and so it becomes a matter of knowing your assignments, reading your keys, and then hustle and pursuit to the football becomes the next big factor in that. Their passing game comes off play action, off of the option look, and then they're looking typically for some bigger plays and some bigger, deeper routes. And so our ability to handle those, again, as part of our reads in the option game, those are critical. They're an even man front. In a lot of ways, they have some similarities to us, so for the offense, it won't be that big of a shock from a standpoint of what they're going to get and what they've seen and what they have seen already. It will affect how the game is played. Playing on a grass field doesn't affect our game plan necessarily. The one thing that we are aware of is right now they're saying that they could have rain there on Friday morning, as well as a 60% chance of rain on Saturday. So now playing on the only natural grass field in our conference and playing on a rain day, that becomes a little bit of a concern. So there'll be some things that we will do during practice this week to try to give our guys the best opportunity to perform in those conditions. But really, there isn't anything special that we'll do. Keys are always the same. We have to be able to stop the run on defense and put them into situations where they're uncomfortable and feel like they have to throw the ball. And on the offensive side of the ball, we have to be able to run it and then take advantage of what they give us defensively to move the chains and move the football.